Hi guys, and welcome to another video by Vegan and Frodo. Thank you so much for tuning back in for another video. I'm very excited about today's video. We're going to be talking about Smart Helmet Lumos.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'll show you the box that it came in. You also got to see me unwrapping the helmet and having a look what's inside, but basically it's a pretty big kind of chunky box. And this is the helmet that came in it. So I now have had this helmet for a few months. I have used it a whole bunch of times. Now because this helmet is slightly on, let's say, more expensive side, I'm not as keen to constantly take it with me and leave it locked up with my bike. So I'm still using my regular gyro helmet that you've seen in the previous video, and I am on the hunt for another one that isn't the smart one, just the regular one. This video we're going to be talking about this Lumos helmet. So now, to tell you the truth, when I first saw it at Apple Store, I thought it was like the coolest thing ever. Some of the most interesting and exciting features, personally for me, in this helmet is that it has lights. Now, there is a little button at the back. So you just press that, and you have front and back basically lighting up while you're riding on the road. Now you can also change the regime. Blinking, steady, long blink, fast blink, and steady. And you turn it off by pressing the button here at the back. Another really cool feature of this helmet, and by the way, paid for it ourselves, we didn't get sponsored or anything like that, is that it comes with this little cutesy remote. There you go. That has left and right on it, right? And this helmet basically lights up depending on the button that you click on this little remote. This remote connects to your handlebars using a couple of silicone rings. And it also has this little silicone padding, which makes for an easy fit on your handlebars. And it connects, bang bang, and it's there. Now I will demonstrate what it looks like when it's blinking now. So again, I turn on my helmet. It's automatically paired with the remote, and also it remembers the mode that you turned it off on, right? So if you were to turn it off on the blinking mode, when you turn it back on after charging and whatnot, it will remain on that same mode, just like your regular lights. So now let's try it out. Yeah, it's making that little sound, and it also indicating where you're turning, front and back. And it is also indicating on your little remote, which then you can put on your handlebars and then not be concerned. Right, so you'll know what is indicating, you know, because when you're wearing the helmet, right, you don't know which one is indicating because you're focused on the road, it's in front of you, so it makes it easy. Now I will stop the noise and I'll put it on. Nice and snug. As you can see, so these little fabric straps, they are adjustable just like your regular helmet, right? And also at the back there is this little ring, adjustable depending on your head size. I'll turn it back off and I'll put it on. Click. Now, right, you can be riding on and then you sort of decide that, oh, it's getting a little bit too dark. So it's quickly, you reach over, turn it on, a couple of seconds. I can't see from the back, but I assume it's working. And you can see, and now we can play with the buttons. Left, right. Very cool. This is literally the main feature why I wanted this helmet, because I thought that was so cool that you can basically indicate that you're tuning that way or that way. I thought that was just the most brilliant thing about it. Because sometimes, I'll tell you what, when I cycle and sometimes I don't have a backpack and one of those clip-in lights that go for higher up on your backpack, you know, on the camelback, where there is like a little hook where you can clip on a light, so there is an indicator of a light sort of more higher on your body. When you have your lights down at your seat, it's brilliant and it's very important to have it. But what happens if you're driving next to or in front or behind, or rather in front, yeah, of a really high car, for example, the road trains that we have here in Australia? Sometimes I do wonder if they struggle to see me. So that feature of the helmet is actually freaking brilliant. I think it's just epic, and that's why I wanted it. As you heard me before say, that this helmet is rechargeable. So is this little remote. So they get charged up by the same little cord that comes in the pack, and I will show you at the front here so you can see it a little bit better. So you open it up, and it's like this, 2 pins and 2 little connectors, right? You see, basically at the back of the helmet here, there's this plate, and it's magnetic. So that makes it easy when you want to charge it. There you go, pretty easy. And on the other end is just your standard USB. Now the other end is just your standard USB. Now with the remote, again, you take off the silicone strap and you twist. I'll bring it up. It took a few minutes to figure this one out when I first got it, but I'll show you close up. So this is how it is, right? This is how it is, and it has a little silicone thing to make it easy for your handlebars. And then you twist, bum. There you go. And here, the same 4 pins. It basically is magnetic to charge it up. From the USB. It's very easy. It charges up in a couple of hours, and the charge lasts at the constant light for up to 3 hours, and on the blinking mode they say up to 6. I haven't now fully tested it myself to get it completely flat, and once I do and I take it for one of those really longer overnight rides, I will report back with it. But in the rides that I have taken it on, which have been about 3-4 hours, like, yeah, 3-4 hours, it still works, and the lighting, the blinking still works. And the thing that I want to tell you, when you're going on the street and it's quite a bit of traffic and it's very busy, loads of cars, it is absolutely, you know, it's just peace of mind, really, knowing that cars around you, they see you. They don't just see your lights on the bike, but also see your lights over here, and just kind of makes you more visible. I will also show you a little bit of the website that it came with, because it has like a few videos of people riding in traffic, and I'll try to include some of my own footage as well, with me riding and being filmed from the side. So basically this is just on the Lumos website. You can enter it in, and this is just one of the promo videos that they have on them. Just watch it for a little bit. Basically my main concern with that is that they're really portraying it as if you don't need your lights. So it's really cool how bright the helmet is and how your indicators you can see, and they're very seen, and there's a fast brake there. Lights front and back to at least illuminate the path in front of you, because you won't always have studio lights outside. But all in all, it does look pretty cool. As you can see, your little remote usually is more charged up than your helmet, or well, because it uses less energy. So your helmet loses charge faster. And then you can just go through the website and have a look what else they have there, all the features, all the different colors, and as you can see, you have your New Zealand and Australian websites, and here, and you can buy online. So now, another feature of this helmet, like first I want to mention in terms of the helmet, it is actually very comfortable and very snug fit. First I tried the Apple store where we got it from, but as you can see, it was really easy when on. It also has this little soft cushioning on the inside that you obviously want to wash after a while after a few uses. Pretty easy. It is a waterproof helmet as well, so you can definitely ride in it when it's raining, and again, it's really good because when it's raining it's usually grey, right? So it will make you more visible to the people. Another feature, this helmet being a smart helmet, they talk a lot, I read through the website, I read through some reviews, they talk a lot about the features that come with the smart function of it. Now there is an app that you download, and I did a little screen recording of it. For the purpose of this video, I'm actually going to go through the process of downloading the app that runs the helmet. So basically what you do is you go into your App Store or Google Play Store, I think it's called for Android, right? And you enter Lumos, M-O-S. And you scroll down until you find this app, Lumos Helmet. Now you download that one. And whilst it's downloading, let's have a look at a quick sort of introduction they give us here. So basically the helmet can track you where you're going. It can track the amount of time it was, the length of the ride, and you can go a week, month, or year. And you can also link it to Strava or your heart rate, and it can also be linked with your Apple Watch, as you can see. It tracks you through GPS. That's about that. Not very long. Let's just see how the app works. We'll start doing this little blinking, or they call it breathing, while they're pairing. Once it's paired up, you'll see this screen on your app. I haven't fully used the app myself, to be honest, because I really wanted the helmet for the lights, and I didn't necessarily need it to track my rides or GPS me, or I didn't want to control it with the phone. But I mean, it's there if you need it. And again, it will show you how charged up. You can't really fully see it because I haven't really used it, but I'll show you some screenshots of what they show on the website, really, of the screen. But basically it can tell you how much charge you have on your helmet. It will show you how much charge you have on your little remote. It can track your GPS. It can also track your sudden stops, so it shows like a signal to those around you, to the cars around you, saying that this bicycle is doing a sudden stop, and that's a helpful feature also. So just going off the website for your interest, there's 38 bright LED lights at the back and 10 bright LEDs at the front. Now the colors it comes in, right? This one is black, as you can see, obviously. There's also white and a blue. I am usually a big fan of blue. It's one of my favorite colors in the color palette, but the color blue that they're offering it in, I didn't personally like it, and white didn't look as attractive to me, so black it is. Something that I also want to mention to think about, and I haven't seen anyone talking about it yet, is when it's pitch black and you're riding, right? Sometimes you get those little flies and little insects like in front of you here, because they're attracted to light. So yeah, that's something that I have observed. It hasn't been overly bad, but sometimes it can happen and be quite annoying. And another thing I have actually seen in that video of advertising the helmet online, which I think is very misleading, is people riding in the dark without their lights on, just having this helmet. And I think that's ridiculous, because the light from the helmet is nowhere near strong enough to shine in front of you. You can see your wrist, it will shine at your watch and make it a little bit better visible. Something in front of you very, very close up. So for example, if you're here looking at a map, right? So instead of checking a map over your lights, your bike lights, your front, you can just kind of hold it in front of you and you'll be able to see. So it's like a little head torch, but it's definitely not good enough to be lighting in the distance when you're riding in some bush, in some forest, or even just in the city. So definitely you will still need your bike lights even if you have this helmet. In terms of price, it's $270 at the Apple Store, which is what we pay for it. But I think you can find it for maybe $220 in some places, $230. I think it's a little bit overpriced, to be honest. But at the same time, I personally appreciate the light features in the dark, and really that's the main reason for having it. I don't really have it for the smart features. I don't really have it for, you know, not needing bike lights, because you still need bike lights, but it does make you more visible to the cars. And that's definitely a huge priority for me personally, because I'm all about bike safety. Now, you can also link the helmet with Strava and another health tracking feature on Apple, which is another way, I guess, to track everything as well. But I usually just use Strava as an app straight away. I had really good experience with it. Going through the website now, I see they have actually introduced some other colors. So there is a green one and there is a yellow, but I haven't actually seen any other colors being available in store at the moment, so I think you can only get them online. So there's only one size, so adult 54 to 62 centimeters. And you can also buy the helmet online, of course, off their website if you wanted those colors, or you wanted, you know, different delivery. Let's have a look how much it costs on the website. It is $249.99. Remote is $11.99. Helmet padding, charging cable. So they're really kind of doing it as, yeah, here you go. So I went on their website right now trying to see what they have available, and it basically costs $249 to $150, but only 3 colors available on their website right now: blue, white, and black. So I think the yellow and the green are coming. And the interesting thing about this is that this helmet actually started with a Kickstarter. So it's really, really cool. There's a couple of people, right, deciding to develop the idea, and I think it's a really cool idea, and I love all these new kind of development and cool new things that make cycling safer. Definitely appreciate that. off the website, if in case you have the helmet right and it's the biggest and most expensive part, but if something goes wrong with your cable, something goes wrong with the remote or something else, or the padding has worn out on the inside, you can buy it online on the website as well. You can buy a replacement, or you can buy a secondary cable or something. Another thing I thought about for when you're touring, that would be just another thing that you would need to charge, but at the same time it can be like another layer of safety or a backup to ensure that you have some sort of lighting if you're unsure how far you have to go. And I mean, you can still use it as a regular helmet as well, so I think it is helpful. It is definitely helpful, but you do need to remember to charge it if you were to be touring and riding in the night. All in all, I think it's a really cool helmet. It has excellent safety features. The app sort of smart feature of it tracking, I have heard mixed reviews about it. I haven't tracked it myself because I use other devices for that, but it is there nevertheless. You can buy spare parts for it online. There's only 3 colors currently available to buy, but another 2 are coming. I think it's a really cool helmet. I wanted to say a really cool toy, but it's a really cool helmet. However, it is slightly on the pricey side. Although there are helmets out there that are within that sort of range, $2 to $50. So it depends if you're on the market for a new helmet and you wanted it to have those sort of features. I'm really glad I have it, and I definitely will be using it more and more in coming days, weeks and months when I'm riding in the darker part of the day. But I still use my regular one during the sunlight hours. Thanks for watching another video. I hope you found it helpful and interesting. Have you used this helmet? Have you heard any other sort of reviews for it that you thought were really helpful, or any sort of things that I have missed? Let me know down in the comments below. Let me know if you want to check it out, try it out. I understand that is definitely not within, you know, that under 100 range. My first helmet was definitely nothing like this. But I think it's interesting to experiment and discover what else is out there. Remember to stop counting calories, start counting hills. Count your adventures, count your passions, and I'll see you again soon in another video. Bye! Guys, look at this. You can indicate. Oh. There's like a little button. I like this. So this is it. Lumos. Box. 180 grams. Like a watch. Close here. Charges. 170. This is amazing. Wow. I love this.
cherry